All right, we got a Norfolk Southern train coming over the bridge. This bridge was built between 1912 and 1913. That's when it was expanded to 2 tracks. That was built long before that. Built in 1890 as a single track and double track 1912 to 1913. Then it was raised in 1944 when they poured this concrete right here. All the concrete that you see. And here comes a train over the bridge, and we've got, is that 4,000? Let me see what we've got.
Brandon, are you ready?
We got a special locomotive on the front.
I'm trying to get hold of Doug, but you can start easing back that way, looking out for him. I've got blocking all the way to WASCNC. Just don't go past my red horse there. Just give us enough room to get past 19. So long to Johnny Boy, Saber. Transferring over. Yeah, we're going to start easing back that way. You can start follow Brandon back through there. 569.1. Main 1, no defects.
This is a loaded coal train. Check out the springs. See that? It's loaded. Hey, that was pretty awesome. Locomotive number 4001. I think it was, what, like maybe the second unit to have the DC to AC conversion. There you go. All right, check this out. We got a train coming right now. It's a westbound. It's got 484 axles. So it's going to be coming underneath the Norfolk Southern on the CSX line. They said something about changing over from track 3 to track 2. I'm not sure where that would be done at, because they were talking to another train at Big Sandy Junction at the same time. All right, here you come. There's some more of those ghosts painted on there. I see those things all over the place. Somebody's busy. There's literally thousands of railroad cars with those ghost paint on them. So this train should have somewhere around 118 cars on it. It's just got those two engines on the front. Wish we could get an over and under with that Norfolk Southern line. That bridge overhead is over 6,000 feet long. Another flat spot. All right, there goes Freddie. They're coming up on Big Sandy Junction right now. Going into Kentucky and headed westbound. Kenova is a portmanteau of Kentucky, Virginia, and Ohio. It's where all three states come together. West Virginia at the time was Virginia. All right, there you go. Another good train. Sweet. Hey, I finally found some markings on the CSX track. Look at this, 136 pounds per yard. ERMS, that's EVRAS Rocky Mountain Steel. Rolled in 2017, count the dashes. Somewhere around, I don't know, November, December. I can't see all those little dashes, but it was a bunch of them. So rolled in 2017, 136 pounds per yard on the CSX. All right, so I'm in downtown Kenova, West Virginia right now. Just walking down the sidewalk. You got the railroad track right back there behind me. See that? Gigantic railroad bridge. Guess what's on? Got a train coming. Got a Norfolk Southern eastbound train on the track closest to me, coming over the bridge. Coming out of South Point, Ohio into West Virginia. High and dry. Look at this. right, what'd you think of that? Is that a good view from over here? I'd like to walk down there to the flood wall, maybe film one from on top of that flood wall over there right next to the river. I did that last year, got a really good shot in the evening, one coming through. Well, thanks for watching. Hey, we finally got another CSX train coming. And this is a westbound, and it's going to be coming through a 4-track railroad crossing right over here. 4-track railroad crossing. There's about 6 tracks all together down to where those box cars are, down at that end. But then it comes down to just 4 right here at the crossing. So it should be here pretty soon.
CSX 48JF DeLong, over.
It'll be coming right through here. I just heard him on the radio again.
Long answer, over. Jimmy, Engineer Belcher on the 2686 West on 2 tracks. I'd like to see if we can get permission to do your working limits, over. Alright, stand by just a minute here.
Getting permission to come to the working limits. I think this train is 72 axles, something like that. It's not very long. All right, here we go. Going pretty slow. There we go. I think it's running long hood forwards. This lady can't figure out where the train's at. There it is, lady. I thought she's gonna run it.
CA 513.6 to CA 519.7. Westbound 2 to 1.
She's turning around for this little tiny train. The turner. She turned around. It's just a little short train. I see the end of the train already. Here it goes, westbound. Be going through Big Sandy Junction pretty soon, just a few minutes. Wish I could get an over and under. Just doesn't happen very much. You gotta get lucky for that. Well, that turner missed the train. She could have had a good train right here. She's not saving any time because the train was so short. By the time she drives around to another spot to get through, she's losing the time, and she could have enjoyed seeing a train. Man, I drove like 150 miles or something to get here and waited a couple hours for that, and she pulls right up to it, and there it is, and still left. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Kenova, West Virginia has a population of 2,877 and is at the confluence of the Ohio River and the Big Sandy River. And it's in Wayne County, West Virginia. Got another train coming. Here we go. Check out this view here. This will be a good one. Westbound. I can feel the ground shaking. Clear South Point, westbound. That's what they just said on the radio. On 161.250. I'm in West Virginia, and that hill over there, that's Ohio. You might be able to see part of the Ohio River just to the left of the bridge, the main part of the bridge. That brown, well, that might be the flood wall actually. I don't think you can see the river from here. No, that's the flood wall. Anyways, that was pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Over a mile long, that bridge. So I'm downtown on Chestnut Street, downtown Kenova, population 2,877, Wayne County, West Virginia. Look at this. One of the main intersections right here, and there's the railroad track right there. Pretty nice looking town here. And there's Griffith. See a pharmacy. You can get a pop or whatever in there. I'm gonna go in there and check it out. I was in there last time I was here, last summer. Pretty nice place. I just heard a train on the radio calling out South Point eastbound, so I gotta find a spot to film it. I'm right down here on one of the main streets. This is, I think it's Chestnut. There's the post office right there. Look at that, they got a view of the railroad. So this train's gonna be coming over this bridge. Gigantic bridge, so I'm gonna find a good spot to get it. There's a mailbox. Still got them here. Okay, I made it all the way down here to Oak Street and 13th, and here comes the train, eastbound, coming off the bridge right now. Look at this. There's the main part of the bridge. So the locomotives are just now coming across the Ohio River. They're gonna come right through there. Look how big that bridge is. That's a giant. Let's see what kind of train we got. Seems like most of the trains are either coal trains or intermodal trains. You don't see very many boxcars go through here. Look how big that bridge is. Crossing over Popular Street. They're on Main 1, no defects. There's a lot of houses here that have good views of the railroad. Hey, got some box cars. 2 of them. Refrigerated box cars. Look at there. Flat spot. DPU, I see you way up there. Now, is that a cool view or what? Look at that. Coming over to the city of Kenova, West Virginia. That was a really cool view. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching my videos. That really helps my channel, makes it worthwhile so I can do this. As long as people watch, I'll keep on filming. I want to travel as many different places as I can. Look at the size of that bridge. Alrighty, well, I'm walking around town here, just looking around. Thanks for watching. You got a CVS right over there. I found a really interesting picture of somebody who's from this area and he served in the Navy during World War II. They said he's a stoner. Here's a picture of him right here. See there? Jim Stoner, thanks for your service. Here's another good look at this bridge. There's a bunch of these standoffs up there too. In case you're up on the bridge and the train comes, you can stand on that. And a lot of houses have a great view of this bridge. Look at these homes. It'd be fun to spend a weekend in one of these houses and watch the trains go over this bridge. See all the houses down through there? There's a lot of people with good views of the bridge. And you can see a signal over there. It's on red right now. Most of the trains on that track are going eastbound. Or wait a second, westbound, I got that wrong. Most of the trains on that track are westbound, the track closest to me. That's what I've noticed today. A lot of homes there with great views of the bridge. And that hill in the distance, that's Ohio. All right, just got some information on this bridge here, the Ohio River Bridge here. This was built by Norfolk and Southern in 1890. Then in 1912, this bridge was double tracked. See, it was originally one track when they built this thing in 1890. So 1912, they double tracked it. Then it was raised in 1944. And you can still see the stamping over here, right there where it says 1944. See if that shows up on the camera. So it was raised then. There you go. Now you know. And this is where the old train station used to be, right here also. Right here, see the foundation of it. It was a huge building. It had platforms up there. You could board the train up on top. One last look at this bridge, then we're going to get another train on here. There you go. But wait, there's more. We got a train coming over the bridge right now. Stretched all the way across this bridge. Still coming. This bridge is over a mile long, over 6,000 feet. DPU, I see you. That DPU sounds really good up there. Just cruising along. Intermodals aren't that heavy. Going into South Point, Ohio from Kenova, West Virginia. This is the old Norfolk and Western line here. Thanks for watching. We'll see what else we can get into. Another good look at the city, and look at these street markers right here, made out of concrete. You don't see that anymore. Popular Street and 13th Street. I saw a bunch of them with those concrete markers like that. And here's another one of those concrete street markers. 13th Street and Chestnut Street. I like those. Those look really good. So this is 13th Street where I'm at. And on the other side of that railroad bridge is 13th Street also. So the railroad bridge is like right in the middle of 13th Street. It's on both sides of the bridge. Does that count as street running? A street running railroad bridge? Yeah, they're coming out of the yard. There's a guy riding on that car. Probably only about 13 cars or so on this train. Cool, look at that grudge. That's kind of cool looking. Disappeared into the locomotive. There's the engineer. I don't know if he sees me. Heard him say diverging clear. Oh. Switch cameras for this one, by the way. You can probably tell. Virgin Clear Kenova East 3-1. There's the grudge car. Alright, well, that's too far away. Hey, on the way home, I stopped in Ashland like I do sometimes. So there, Ashland. We are at the Ashland train station. Look at there. There's the old train station. Well, the surprise is over. Here comes the train. I was going to surprise everyone with this train, but it started dinging a little bit too quick for me. Let's see what we got. It's on the second track over, eastbound. Way down there, you can see the lights on green on the left for an eastbound train. Hope it's a long one. We'll get back here a little bit. Got plenty of light. Well, you can't see it now. All right, check out that oversized load on the front. Big transformer. That was pretty cool on the depressed center flat. Thanks for watching my videos, everyone. Hey, if you got time, check out another one of my videos. Every view helps my channel, and it helps pay for that gas. So we got the live action pets coming up in the slideshow. See you later. Ashland, Kentucky.